Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, man suspected of killing mother and the son 3 years apart. The St. Andrew South Police have identified the most wanted man in the division, Romario Kaka Grant, also known as Irons, as the prime suspect in the separate murders of a mother and her son occurring 3 years apart. In the most recent killing, 59-year-old Irene Angela Leng was killed on Wednesday, May 26 along Nelson Road in the hotbed Maxfield Avenue community. Them deal with the woman wicked, pure headshot, she dead on the spot, a resident told the news. Leng had reportedly just returned home from a graduation ceremony when loud explosions were heard. Incidentally, she was killed at the same location where her son Delano Mesam was murdered on May 18, 2021. The police named the elusive Grant, who is a regular feature on the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Wanted Wednesday social media campaign, as the main suspect in his murder. The police came in close contact with him on December 1, 2023, and he managed to escape during a shootout, a senior cop told the news. Mesam, 38, was reportedly gunned down in front of Leng, and according to residents, she had vowed to campaign for justice. Both murders took place during nightfall. No matter go witness her son die like that, and she not seek justice. But you see, the place where we live, you have to protect yourself, because protection from the police is not guaranteed, the resident said. You are witness and the suspected killer still at large. You can't live same place. Long run, short catch, see there. Same place. It's like a double crime scene right at our yard. You have to find somewhere to go. A Jamaica this. It's sad still and people feel it. Pure tears the other day, pure bawling, the resident said. Superintendent Damon Manderson, head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, said Leng was killed by two men who alighted from a motor vehicle and opened gunfire at her. She was rushed to the hospital where she was pronounced dead upon arrival, he told the news, adding that the St. Andrew South Criminal Investigations Branch is actively hunting 29-year-old Grant in relation to this incident and for a previous murder in the Nelson Road area. The police are also warning Jamaicans that harboring a fugitive is a serious offense. According to the latest JCF crime statistics, the St. Andrew South Division has recorded a 20.3% drop in murders and an 8.1% drop in shootings year-on-year up to July 6. There are 13 fewer murders and 5 fewer shooting incidents in 2024. The national murder toll as at July 6 stood at 602, a 14.5% reduction year-on-year, or 102 fewer victims. Shootings, however, were on par with 2023, as both periods recorded 548 incidents. Local and overseas clubs mourn passing of Jamaican Cup and the draft's pioneer. Local and overseas draft federations are still in mourning following the sudden death of popular policeman and drafts player Constable Wayne Hardaway White recently. White, a former teacher who decided to give up the classroom and join the Jamaica Constabulary Force, died at his home in Westmoreland. Tributes continue to pour in for White, whose contribution to the game locally was immeasurable. White's a friend and a fellow JCF member, Deputy Superintendent Jermaine de Latibaudiere, said his passing was a heartbreaking loss for him and the entire drafts community. I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that I'll never again have the pleasure of discussing the game we both love so much with Hardwayne, shared DSP de Latibaudiere, who is the president of the Uterius Drafts Club and an executive member of the Jamaica Drafts Association. His passing leaves a void in our drafts community that can never be filled. My heartfelt condolences go to his family, friends, and all those who loved him. May he rest in peace, and may his memory continue to inspire us to cherish the time we have with each other, the DSP added. Sudian Sokram, president of the JDA, said this really touched me, really shocked. Life is promised to no man. Today you're here, tomorrow you're not. Hugh Hamilton, former president of the JDA, stated that White's passing was really sad news and a tremendous loss to the drafts community. We have lost a brother, a great friend, competitor and advocate. I have not properly processed this as yet, so I don't really have the words to speak. Rest in peace, my brother, he noted. Christopher Iceman Wright, a member of Montego Bay Drafts Club, said, "We have lost an icon amongst us, a teacher, a committed exemplary warrior, a motivator, an intellect and a genuine straight friend. I've lost one of my closest draft brother, and words cannot express my sorrow, but I am forced to take comfort in accepting he has gone to a better place." International master Courtney Carlos Thompson added, "Really sad, I'm in shock. Tears, condolences to my friend and brother." Albert Harrison, president of the American Pool Checkers Association, expressed, "On behalf of the American Pool Checkers community, I send condolences to Wayne's loved ones, his police family, and the GDA." World-renowned drafts coach top master Jake Catcher recalled, "Wayne was one of my first students. At the time, he wore dreadlocks, which he later shaved." Catcher was a Russian player who moved to America and competed in American Pool Checkers. He is the #1 international drafts teacher for Africa. He has also taught several Jamaicans and assisted them in bringing their game to a higher level. White was a drafts enthusiast prior to policing, and for several years he has been instrumental in modernizing Jamaica's drafts scene, aligning it with international standards. His unparalleled expertise earned him the coveted titles of Top Master, Drafts Teacher, and the Drafts Champion of Westmoreland. White's leadership as the president of the Westmoreland Drafts Club and the former vice president of the JDA inspired a new generation of players. He was instrumental in conducting drafts research, analyzing games, identifying drafts books and the best available drafts computer programs or software, and sharing them with the wider drafts community for the game's development. He was the Jamaican player with the best record of win-to-loss ratio in tournaments against the multiple national champions. White was also among the top masters from around the world who were invited to travel to Chicago on July 28, 2024 to participate in the APCA championships. St. Catherine teacher charged with sexual grooming and the touching of 12-year-old student remanded. The St. Catherine teacher who is charged for allegedly sexually molesting his 12-year-old student has been remanded until September 10. The teacher, whose name is being withheld to protect the child, is charged with sexual grooming, indecent assault, and sexual touching. When the matter was mentioned in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday, Senior Parish Court Judge Desiree Allain did not entertain a bail application. It is alleged that the accused sexually assaulted the child at the institution to which he was employed. The matter was reported to the police and an investigation launched. The educator was arrested and subsequently charged. Holness accused of overreach in cancelling House committee meetings. St. Catherine South Member of Parliament Fitz Jackson on Wednesday castigated House Speaker Juliet Holness for giving instructions on Monday to cancel the sittings of several parliamentary committees this week without consulting with at least 2 chairmen. Public Administration and Appropriations Committee Chairman Michael Phillips also said that the Speaker does not have the authority to cancel committee meetings, after the leader of opposition business Philip Paulwell reportedly wrote to his government counterpart Edmund Bartlett, raising concerns about the Speaker's instructions. Another missive was sent out stating that the PAAC can proceed with its planned meeting. Phillips and the 2 opposition members who formed a quorum met on Wednesday to determine the agencies, departments, and the ministries of the government that should be invited to appear before the committee. The PAAC has the duty of examining the budgetary expenditure of government agencies and other public bodies to ensure that expenditure is done in accordance with parliamentary approval. The committee is also mandated to monitor expenditure as it occurs and to keep the Parliament informed on how the budget is being implemented. Jackson commented on the arbitrary cancellation of the committee meeting by the Speaker. "I have never heard of anything like that in all my years in this Parliament. I don't know of any provisions in the standing orders that give the Speaker that authority," said the 6th-term MP. The Speaker is usurping her authority to the detriment of the country's business, Jackson argued, charging that the Speaker needs to be reined in. In a letter which was addressed to the chairman of the Parliamentary Committee, Holness requested that all committees, except for the Constituency Development Fund Committee, should be postponed for this week until further notice. I consider it very serious because what has happened with that action is a whittling away of our democracy. The Parliament is the Parliament of the people, not the Speaker, Jackson stressed. At the start of the PAAC meeting, Phillips tendered apologies for absences from government members Heroy Clark, Dwight Sibley's, Tamika Davis, and Philip Henriquez. He said that relevant notices were sent out to committee members to attend Wednesday's meeting. The PAAC's last meeting before Wednesday was held on January 30 when it reviewed the supplementary budget. Jackson said the committee should convey to the leader of government business with copies to the Speaker and the leader of opposition business that the failure of members on the government side to attend the meetings amounted to a dereliction of duty. Phillips said in the past the committee would not meet unless the majority of members agreed on the way forward. However, he argued that the standing orders stipulate a quorum of 3, and as such, he would not allow other members to prevent the committee from carrying out its duties. On Wednesday, the committee suggested that it would invite the National Works Agency, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Local Government, and the Constituency Development Fund unit in the Office of the Prime Minister to attend future meetings to discuss plans in the wake of the damage done by Hurricane Beryl. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.